start?
Yeah, you started.
Everybody else had met him or worked with him before, but for some reason, even though I'd been here for years, I'd never actually met him. So I still remember reaching over the window and shaking your hand. Hi, Jason. Welcome to the Commonweal.
We originally were corresponding electronically.
Before
online,
we met.
if you will, before.
I asked him if he had anything to eat,
I had potato chips.
and he didn't even have his microwave plugged in yet. So I invited him over to my cottage and I made him dinner. And then we watched a movie.
Bad one. Zodiac.
It was really bad.
And saying, God, it is time. It is time to give me a husband. And I was really adamant about this. This was a really special prayer. So I put it out there, and when I was done praying, I said, okay, I'm gonna ask that guy Jeremy out.
All her emails were very long and detailed and paragraphs.
Asking questions, trying to get to know the other person.
And I was just trying to set up more dates.
We've been married for 2 months.
So we were outside at this point.
I thought we were.
Were we inside?
I think we were inside.
Maybe we were inside.
I think we were inside.
That we started talking about perhaps moving that date. Well, I should say I started talking about.
Yes, you should say that you started
moving
talking about
that
moving
date up to 2000.
So anyway, I look across the theater and I see Katie.
Okay.
Here's the story about Mommy and Daddy.
And I just walked right up to her. And I said, hey, would you like to have lunch with me?
Totally stole my thunder.
And we were in an advanced comp class together. There were 6 girl students and 1 boy student. And he could remember every other woman in that class but me.
Therefore, you weren't in it.
I mean, the time that we were aware
I went to
that
see him in a production of Taming of the Shrew, but I didn't know it was him. I mean, we hadn't met.
we met in like 96, 97, 98.
98.
And we struck up a conversation about Milton's Paradise Lost. Isn't that romantic?
We were just sitting on the couch together, and the clock on the VCR came up 11:11, and Stella turned to me and said,
You know that when the numbers on a digital clock are all the same, like 1111, you get a wish.
and I said, "Can I have any wish that I want?"
And I said yes.
And so then I leaned in and I kissed her.
It all...
We don't want to do this part of the
No,
story.
why not? Why not? It's funny.
It's not funny.
It is funny.
You know that's not the funny
Well,
part.
no, but the funny part
No,
comes out.
it's not that funny.
I know, but when you get to the end, it's that funny. And then we have you, Monkey Man.
Monkey!
A few years later,
Monkey!
not 9 months later.
And so I went to see a production of Taming of the Shrew, and I saw this, what I thought was a kid.
And this was in 92. See, before we met in 97, 98.
I thought he was like this high school kid, and I thought, ooh, he's really good. And
Which
he
I
should
was,
keep
frankly.
he should keep doing this.
And I was just standing outside the theater one day, and
It was actually in my living room, and we...
no, it was actually on the curb outside of the theater.
It was in the living room, and
No,
so
it was on the curb outside the
I
theater.
started talking about
She started
why
talking
wait,
about it.
why wait.
Megan had this book, and I remarked about how I also had the book, and wow, that's an interesting book. I was trying to start a conversation with this attractive girl I just met, and Megan...
Well, I responded, well, that's nice.
And-
And I walked away.
And then I thought, oh my gosh, is he shorter than me?
But I wasn't.
So I found out later that night that maybe he's just a little bit shorter than me.
We're the same height.
I think there's like half an inch difference. Or there used to be. I think he's shrinking.
Wait, she just said, "What would you think about getting married this fall, 2008?" And I said,
What was the book?
In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash by Gene Shepard. It's the book that A Christmas Story is based on. Where that lovable scamp Ralphie gets his Red Ryder BB gun. with
Spoiler alert.
And cut.